Welcome everyone to another Arcade1up video. And today we're not going to make fun of the Arcade1up. We're not going to talk about all the bad things. We're going to talk about some stuff that might be useful and help make the machine a little better. So I think by now everybody knows about the EJB menu that you can get to, and this will allow you to adjust some useful things like maybe the volume. You can enable the hidden characters, and you can adjust the game's difficulty so you can make it easier or harder. And you can also save all these settings so that every time you turn off the machine and turn it back on, those settings will be saved. And I think that part not a lot of people know about, so I just found out about this myself, and I think the more people that know about it, the better, because it will help make these machines a little bit better. So for example, the volume, and I'll put down the codes. I'll put the codes down here so that you know how to get into the EJB menu. I'll have those displayed here, or I'll put them down in the video description or something. But anyways, adjusting the volume. Now these speakers, my machine anyways, the volume's pretty loud, and if you turn the volume all the way up, the speaker starts to crackle. It sounds really bad. So if you go into volume adjust here, I have mine set right there, and that seems to be good, but you can do it lower by using that. I think it was like way up here or something before, but down there seems to be a good happy spot for it. Now, if you just, at this point, if you just exit the menu or you turn off the machine and back on, that setting will not save. So in order to save it, after you change any of these settings, if you want to save it, you have to enter in your initials, or any initials. You just go into that setting right there, enter initials, and you can put in your initials or whatever you want, and that will actually save the setting. Now, some of these settings, if you go into them, like for example, enable hiddens. If you go in there and enable the hidden characters, the machine, after you do that, the machine will reset, and you have to come back into the EJB menu and enter in your initials for that to save. Then when you turn off the machine and then you turn it back on, your hidden characters will always be enabled. Another thing that I thought was useful is changing the game difficulty, and I believe to do that you can go into the Diagnostic Test here, and by coming here and running this test, I don't know, CPU test maybe, by running this test, when the test is over, it'll actually take you to another menu where you can change the game's difficulty. So we'll let this run here real quick and see if we can get to the other menu. If you hold the start button to exit, it actually resets, and then you have to do the code to get back into the EJB menu. I don't know if there's any way to skip this, but we'll just let it go. almost done here, I think. Come on. Get me out of here. Oh, shit. General test. Okay, let's go back in. Okay, so it brought you back to the other menu. So now you can do, I think you can go into game adjustment. Yeah, computer difficulty. And right now I have mine on easy, but you can change that to very easy, medium, hard, very hard. I like easy, you know, I just like it easy. Alright, so there you go. Turn to the menu, and then it's bringing you back here to the test menu, I guess you'd call it, instead of the EJB menu. So now, if you exit that, you'll see that everything resets, and then you have to put in the EJB menu code to get back into the EJB menu, and then you have to enter in your initials to save the setting, and then you can turn on and off the machine. Another code, I don't know if it's useful, but let's turn off the machine, is a diagnostic test. So if you hold player 1 and player 2 button, and I think player 1 high punch, if you hold all those 3 buttons and turn the machine on, it'll go into a diagnostic test menu. And you also want to make sure that the volume button is set in the middle. If it's set either on off or on plus, the diagnostic test will fail immediately. So let me hold those buttons down. Let me just put this here, because I can't hold that down while I'm holding my phone. I'm sorry. Alright, so I'm holding player 1, player 2, player 1 high punch, and turning the machine on. Hold those down. Okay. So that starts up a test menu here. If you don't touch any button, it'll just boot normally. Alright, so now it's just running some tests here. This takes a little while, but it goes through like a screen test, and then you can do test the buttons and other things. So I mean, that might be useful if you're having a maybe an issue with one of your buttons and you want to figure out if the button is not working correctly. And that's another thing. I'm probably gonna make a diagram of the buttons, because it has you test the joystick, you know, up, down, left, right, and then it has you hit the buttons. And so high punch is A. I don't know what is B, maybe high kick or maybe low punch. So if you press the wrong button, then the test will fail, and you'll have to do it again. So I will try to put up a chart of the buttons here so that you'll know which ones are which. So that is it. It would have been, I bet you there's probably another menu, and it would be really nice if there was another like secret menu that we don't know about. maybe some button combo you can press to get in there and access whatever emulator they're using, and change maybe the screen resolution, or something, man. It'd be nice to be able to just change the screen resolution to get the pixelation better. So, well, here now it's asking me to do it. Let's go up, down, left, right, press A. Let's see if that's B. Press B. No, that's not B. Test failed. Pressed the wrong button. I guess B maybe would be high kick or block. I don't know. I'll have to do it again and make a button diagram so you all can try this out. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and if anybody knows of any more menus that you could get into on this, I looked on the actual board to see if there was a USB port that you could mess around with, but I didn't. It doesn't look the same as, I think there was a the 12-in-1 cab, and there's another cab that has a spot where you can solder a USB port onto and plug into it, and you can access like the emulator settings and stuff. The Mortal Kombat machine doesn't seem to have that, but somebody who's more electrically inclined than I am might know something. But yeah, I didn't see that on the board, so it would be nice to be able to access some more settings, especially video settings, so that I could change the resolution and maybe make this game look a little better, because despite what some of you might think, the graphics on this look horrible. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to go in on a rant again and upset people. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.